I am debating whether or not I'm going to edit this video. If there's a date, then this was probably edited. If there's no date, then it wasn't edited. I, I don't know what I want to say. I don't know how I'm going to say it. I debated since it was announced if I was even going to make a video on this topic because I felt I was not a credible enough person to make a video on this man's passing in his life. I had seen him a lot in my YouTube feed, and I would just scroll past his videos in favor of a different progressive commentary channel, such as Secular Talk, or The Humanist Report, or David Pakman, or TYT. But when I would watch his videos, they would make me think more broadly about issues that I had not thought of, or issues that I had felt conflicted on. And when I look at him, he almost reminds me of what I hope to be when I'm in my 30s. That is a man of conviction, a man of principle, and a man of great empathy. And as deep of an understanding of the world as I can muster or know about to the best of my ability. Michael Brooks was a wise man, was a good man, was a great empathetic person, a man of conviction, and a desire to make the world a better place. And I'm crying because when I saw it, I just saw his picture with the former president of Brazil, Lula. And I thought, what's this? And then I read Sam Cedar's tweet from the Majority Report. I couldn't believe it. I was shocked. I just couldn't process it. Because this was one of the left's greatest thinkers. He wasn't even 40 years old. He was 37. He was only 12 years older than I am. And that is a hard thing to process. When I scroll through the video feeds now with video titles saying remembering Michael Brooks, honoring Michael Brooks, I just want to wake up and go, this is a bad dream. There's no way this is real. There's no way that someone that young, who seemed so healthy, so full of energy, so full of passion, so full of a great understanding of political issues, could go that quick and that young. There's no way this is real. And yet here I am, recording a video as a tribute. So what did Michael Brooks mean to me? He meant it's hard to pretend like I had a great connection or that I would be a listener of his podcast or viewer of his channel every day. Because I wasn't. He was just another commentator in my feed, but a commentator with a really good understanding of the world. I feel like I'm repeating myself, but it's just difficult to process these feelings on camera. You know, when you read that someone you watched died, there were so many regrets that flow. I should have called into his show. I should have listened to his stuff more when he was alive. I should have tried to tune into his live streams when he was with us. I should have written a comment on his YouTube video just to see if he would read it. Maybe make him smile. Know that what he was doing was worth it. That he was reaching people. And obviously, if the man's name is trending in Brazil, he clearly had an impact. Oh God, this sucks. This just is a very hard thing to comprehend. You know, I watched the video this morning of his. And I was just doing it, I guess, to process the grief. The grief for someone I barely watched or knew, but whose presence and warmth is missed. He was asked a question about Israel in something he recorded in 2019. And in it, he talked about Israel's apartheid system, the authoritarianism that is present within Israel. And he said something along the lines of, my Jewish values prevent me from supporting apartheid. And there was something, just that phrase, that it's comforting to see and know that my leftism and my Judaism are not contradictory ideals, that they align more than one would think. That, yes, the ideals you are raised with can bring you on the path of leftism. That the values you are raised with will bring you on the path of a greater understanding and empathy for those around you. I saw it on, all I want to do right now, honestly, is if it wasn't for COVID and these people were here, I'd want to hug Anna Kasparian, Kyle Kalinske, Mike Fiorino, Crystal Ball, to have a group grieving, and that through this horror of realizing that this man is gone, to make a solemn promise that his ideals will not die, that his legacy will live on, that his work will be taught to future generations, that he left an impact despite living on this planet so briefly. You know, Mike Fiorino said in his tribute to Michael Brooks that the world didn't deserve Michael Brooks. I would staunchly disagree. The world is always deserving of people of great empathy and compassion, because those people keep us sane. Those people give us a reason to remain hopeful, no matter how dark, no matter how fucked up the world or your country gets, that you keep fighting, that you have a moral obligation to keep fighting the good fight. And that through that fight comes pain and sadness, but it doesn't negate the purpose. That purpose is you keep doing it because it's the right thing to do. Because being compassionate and empathetic towards people who may be completely misunderstood and are not given the benefit of the doubt, a form of allyship by using a platform to educate others. Michael Brooks will be missed. May his legacy live on in those who he inspired.